Heavenly Father, today I come before you with a humble heart, surrendering all my worries, fears, and doubts into your loving hands. I admit that sometimes I try to carry burdens that are far too heavy for me, forgetting that your strength is made perfect in my weakness. Lord, teach me to let go of the things I cannot control and to trust in your divine plan. When the weight of the world presses down on me, remind me that your peace surpasses all understanding. Help me to release anxiety and fear, knowing that you are the anchor in every storm. Father, in moments of confusion and uncertainty, reveal your path clearly before me. I surrender every broken dream and unrealized hope into your care. May I not cling to the past or wrestle with the future, but rest fully in your presence today. Grant me the courage to relinquish my need for control, so your will may unfold perfectly in my life. Lord, help me to embrace patience as I wait for your timing. Teach me that letting go is not a sign of weakness but an act of faith. I trust that when I let go, you will take hold, carrying me beyond my fears and doubts. My soul longs for your guidance when I am lost, and my heart finds rest in your promises. Father, replace my worries with confidence in your goodness. Let your peace guard my mind and soul continually. I lay down every grudge, every resentment, and every fear that I may be free to walk in your love. Help me to see beyond my current struggles to the hope that you have prepared for me. Lord, I surrender my heart fully to you, knowing you will turn all things for my good. Thank you for being my refuge and strength, my ever-present help in times of trouble. Remind me daily, Lord, that your grace is sufficient and your power is made perfect when I am weak. When I am tempted to carry burdens alone, let me hear your comforting voice saying, "Child, give me your cares." Teach me to stop striving and to begin resting fully in you. Let me be still and know that you are God, working for my good even when I don't see it. When fear threatens to overwhelm me, remind me that greater is he who is in me than he who is in the world. Help my faith rise above my feelings and circumstances. May I learn to cast all my worries on you, knowing you care deeply for me. Father, replace my restless thoughts with songs of praise. When life feels unpredictable, help me trust that you hold the future securely. Let your love remind me that I am never alone in my struggles. Help me to surrender my plans, my worries, and my insecurities, laying them at the foot of the cross. Teach me to walk by faith and not by sight, believing in your promises without wavering. Restore my hope when doubts arise. Help me release bitterness that poisons my spirit and block my growth. Let forgiveness flow freely from my heart, for others and for myself. Make my spirit humble and teachable so that I can learn the lessons of trust and surrender. Help me to be patient when answers delay. Let me find joy in the journey, even through hardship. Thank you for being my safe harbor, my guide, and my peace in every storm. Father God, I acknowledge that sometimes I try to fix what only you can heal, holding on to my plans instead of yours. I confess that I have clung tightly to worries and doubts like a lifeline instead of trusting your grace. Lord, teach me to surrender fully, not just in words but with my whole heart. Help me to release the need to understand every step and instead walk by faith. When I feel overwhelmed, remind me that your power is greater than any problem I face. Show me how letting go opens the door for you to work miracles in my life. I ask for your wisdom to discern what I must release and what to hold onto in faith. Let my hands be open, my heart soft, and my spirit willing to receive your peace. Teach me to find joy in surrender, knowing I am safe in your love. Father, make my trust in you unshakable, even in the darkest days. Help me not to rush the process, but to wait patiently on your promises. When doubt creeps in, speak words of hope over my soul. Remind me daily that your plans for me are for good and not for harm. Let me see the beauty in the unknown because you are there. Teach me to lean not on my understanding, but to rely fully on your direction. Let go of the fear that holds me back from fully living in your freedom. Help me to forgive myself and others as I let go and let you lead. Father, I surrender my dreams, my fears, and my hopes to you. Fill me with your peace that calms every anxious thought. Thank you for being faithful when I feel unsteady. I trust you wholly and completely. Teach me, Lord, to stop grasping tightly to control, knowing it only leads to weariness. Help me to breathe deeply of your Spirit's peace. Show me how surrender is a daily discipline, a release of each small fear and worry into your hands. When anxiety starts to grip me, remind me to speak your truth to my mind, replacing fear with faith. For every temptation to panic or despair, help me raise a song of praise instead. Teach me to trust your goodness even when I cannot see the way. Let your promises be my anchor, keeping me firm amid the shifting tides of life. Help me to surrender my ideas of what must happen and accept your perfect will. When I face setbacks and disappointments, give me a heart that remains soft and open to your healing. Remind me that in letting go, I gain so much more than I lose. I gain your peace, your wisdom, your love. Teach me to surrender control not just in big things but in the small, everyday moments. Help me to release anger, resentment, and frustration to you continually. Lord, fill me with hope that shines brightest in the shadows. Let me remember that you are working for my good every day. Teach me that surrendering is an act of courage, not defeat. Help me sow seeds of faith through every trial, trusting you to bring growth. Let your light shine through my surrender, encouraging others to trust you too. I surrender all my burdens, knowing that you delight to carry them for me. Thank you for your constant love and unwavering care. Lord Jesus, you taught us to cast all our cares on you because you care deeply for us. Today, I choose to embrace that truth and cast my burdens at your feet. I renounce the temptation to control outcomes or fix situations on my own. Teach me humility and surrender, to rely on your strength and mercy. Help me to quiet my restless heart and to rest in your loving embrace. When challenges arise that seem impossible, remind me that with you, all things are possible. Help me to see every trial as a doorway to deeper faith and growth. Let your peace fill the spaces where worry once lived. Lord, replace my doubts with unshakable confidence in your providence. May I continually remind myself that you are working all things for my good. Help me to trust that your timing is perfect, even when I cannot see the full picture. Teach me to surrender my fears about the future, placing my hope firmly in you. Remove every trace of anxiety that chokes my joy and faith. Let your Spirit guide me gently on the path you have prepared. Help me to surrender my ambitions and instead pursue the purposes you have ordained. I surrender my heart's burdens to you, knowing you will carry me through. Thank you for your unfailing love and constant presence. May I live daily in the freedom that comes from letting go and letting God lead. I pray this with confidence in your name. Help me to remember, Lord, that surrender is the open door to your power. When I let go, I make space for you to fill me with peace, joy, and hope. Teach me to keep faith alive during the waiting seasons, knowing that you are faithful to deliver. Help me to forgive when holding on feels easier than releasing. Let your love overflow in my heart and heal every scar. Teach me to surrender pride and self-reliance, finding strength only in you. Remind me daily that you are my portion and my reward. Let your peace guard my heart and my mind as I give you control. When storms rage around me, help me stand firm in the truth of your promises. Teach me to pray without ceasing, surrendering worry with every breath. Help me to lean on your everlasting arms instead of my own weakness. Let your grace be sufficient in every circumstance and trial. Teach me to walk humbly, trusting deeply, and loving freely as I surrender. Lord, help me to stop trying to figure everything out and start trusting everything to you. Let every fear fade in the light of your unchanging love. Help me to fully release control and live in joyful obedience. May I be a testimony of your faithfulness through my surrender. Let my life proclaim loudly, I let go, I let God. Father, I give you all that I am and all that I have. Thank you for being my hope, my peace, and my Redeemer. Abba Father, help me to release the tension that grips my soul when I try to control everything. Teach my heart to surrender over and over again, trusting that you are sovereign over all things. When old wounds and fears resurface, remind me that your grace is sufficient for every moment. Help me to surrender those hurts and fears to you fully, so healing can begin. Teach me to live in peace, not in turmoil, by letting go and letting you heal. When life feels uncertain, help me anchor my hope in you. Let my faith remain steadfast, knowing you never fail. Help me to surrender grudges and bitterness, replacing them with forgiveness and love. Lord, teach me that surrender is the gateway to receiving your blessings. May I welcome your renewal and restoration in my life. Help me to release the past and its chains so I can move forward in freedom. Teach my heart to rejoice in your goodness, even when things don't go as planned. Let me rest in the assurance of your promises. Help me to trust you with every detail of my life, big and small. Teach me to walk in faith daily, knowing you hold my future. Help me to let go of anger, fear, and control that weigh me down. Grant me the grace to fully embrace your peace and love. Thank you for never leaving nor forsaking me. I surrender all to you, my refuge and strength. Teach me to release the fears that keep me trapped in painful memories or worries about tomorrow. Help me find comfort in knowing you hold time and eternity. When anxiety grips me, breathe peace into my trembling heart. Help me lay down every expectation that causes stress or disappointment. Teach me to welcome your healing in the deepest places. Let me find strength in your presence when I feel weak or lost. Help me to surrender control over relationships and outcomes that bring tension. Teach me to trust your power to restore brokenness and bring beauty from ashes. Fill me with compassion and forgiveness toward others and myself. Help me to put aside resentment and trust your justice and mercy. Let surrender lead to gratitude and a thankful heart. Teach me to slow down and savor your faithfulness in everyday life. When I am tempted to despair, remind me of your unwavering love and care. Help me to embrace vulnerability as strength, knowing you are near. Teach me the freedom that comes from casting my burdens on you. Help me to release every chain of fear, shame, and doubt. Let me live boldly in the freedom you provide. Teach me to be still in your presence and soak in your peace. Thank you for your endless grace that meets me wherever I am. I yield to your will and trust your perfect plan. Lord, I ask you to help me put down the heavy load of anxiety, burdens, and stress. Teach me to let go of things that steal my joy and distract me from your presence. Help me to live in the present moment, fully trusting the journey you have set out for me. Teach me to rest in the knowledge that you are working behind the scenes. When fear tries to paralyze me, breathe courage into my spirit. Remind me that your plans for me are filled with hope and a future. Help me to surrender my worries and instead pray with faith. Lord, fill my heart and mind with your peace that surpasses all understanding. Let me remember that your grace is enough for every trial. Teach me to lean on your promises and not on my own strength. Help me to release every anxious thought and embrace your perfect peace. Teach me to trust your love, even when I feel vulnerable. Grant me the courage to hand over every problem into your capable hands. I surrender my fears, my doubts, and my burdens to you today. Help me to walk in freedom, knowing you are my protector and guide. May I always remember to let go and let God lead. Thank you for your unfailing love and mercy. In your holy name, I pray. Help me to repeatedly remind myself that surrendering controls to you is an act of faith that invites your power. Teach me to trust your unfolding plan when the future is unclear. Help me to quell the storms of fear in my mind with your truth. Lead me to deep rest and restoration in your presence. Teach me to let go of my self-reliance and embrace total dependence on you. Help me to be patient and faithful even while I wait for breakthroughs. Let your joy be my strength when trials attempt to steal my peace. Teach me to hold loosely to all things, knowing all things belong to you. Help me to forgive myself for the times I tried to handle everything alone. Teach me to receive your grace every morning fresh and new. Show me how to surrender continually, every moment of every day. Help me to let go of perfectionism and control that paralyzes growth. Teach me to rest in the assurance that you are working all things for good. When I feel weak, let your strength carry me. Keep my heart soft, my spirit humble, and my faith strong. Thank you for the freedom found in surrendering to your loving hands. Help me to be a beacon of hope for others wrestling with control. I gladly release every worry, every fear into your care. I let go. And I let God lead my life forevermore. Lord, in moments when the road ahead seems unclear and the future uncertain, help me take each step with trust in you. Teach me to cast aside the tendency to worry about what I cannot change and instead focus on what you are doing within me. When fears rise like a roaring sea, Calm my heart with the assurance that you are my steadfast rock and shelter. Help me to surrender the desire for quick fixes and immediate answers, embracing the peace that comes from waiting on your perfect timing. Let me be mindful that every hardship is shaping me in your image, refining my faith like gold through the fire. Teach me to let go of perfectionism and control, knowing you hold every detail with grace and wisdom. Help me to release disappointment, pain, and unmet expectations, trusting that your plans are higher than mine. Let your love surround me so fully that fear cannot take root. Teach me to rest in the confidence that you are good, always working for my good, even when I can't see it clearly. Fill me with hope that I may rise above every struggle, lifted by your Spirit. Lord, may every surrender become an opportunity to experience your miraculous grace. Guide me to live in the freedom that comes from letting go and letting God work all things out. Thank you for holding me with gentle hands, for hearing my prayers, and for loving me without end. I surrender all that I am and all that I have into your trust. May my life be a reflection of your peace and faithfulness in the midst of every trial. Father, I pray for strength to trust you completely, even when my heart is weary and my mind is confused. Teach me to lean into your presence daily, finding rest under your wings. Help me to break free from the chains of fear, control, and self-reliance that bind me. Let your Spirit fill every void with peace so profound that no storm can shake it. Remind me that surrender is not giving up but giving over, a sacred exchange where I trade my burdens for your strength. Help me to release the need to fight battles alone, knowing that you fight for me. Teach me to embrace your timing, your answers, and your ways, even when they are different from what I expect. Fill my heart with gratitude as I let go, and may surrender lead me closer to you. Help me to be still and know that you are God, resting in the truth of your unfailing love. Thank you for being my refuge, my fortress, and my deliverer. I trust you wholly and confidently now and always, knowing that when I let go, you take hold of all things for my good. When my heart is weary and my spirit feels weak, fill me with your divine power so I can stand tall and carry the burdens not only for myself, but for my family and friends. Help me to be a source of comfort when they are hurting, a steady presence in their chaos, and a light of hope when all seems lost. Teach me to surrender my own fears and doubts so that I may boldly walk in courage and faith for their sake. Let your love flow through me, soothing their pain and encouraging their hearts. When they falter or feel alone, may I be the hands that lift them up, the ears that listen without judgment, and the heart that loves unconditionally. Father, help me to release control of the things I cannot change and trust you to work miracles in their lives. When I am overwhelmed, remind me that your grace is enough, and your strength is made perfect in weakness. Fill me with patience, kindness, and endurance to keep going, even when I feel drained. Thank you for placing those dear to me in my care, and for being the ultimate source of strength I can always rely on. Help me to lean fully on you, trusting that by letting go and letting God lead, I am better equipped to be the rock they need. Gracious God, I pray you would fill my heart with deep trust as I learn to let go and let you take control. Help me to surrender my plans, my fears, and my doubts into your hands daily. Teach me to walk by faith and not by sight, knowing you see the whole picture. When I feel tempted to hold on tightly, remind me that true freedom is found in surrender. Help me to release control and embrace your perfect will. Teach me to rest in your promises instead of worrying about the unknown. When I feel overwhelmed, be my refuge and strength. Let your peace guard my heart in every situation. Help me to surrender harsh judgments and expectations on myself and others. Teach me to forgive and let go of grudges that weigh me down. Let me embrace your love fully, knowing that you are working all things for good. Teach me patience as I wait for your unfolding plan. Help me to trust that even in the silence, you are working. I surrender my worries and fears completely to you today. Teach me to let go and fully rely on your grace. Thank you for being my guide, my refuge, and my peace. I pray all this with faith and confidence in your holy name. Thank you, dear friends, for joining this moment of prayer and surrender. Remember, no burden is too heavy when we choose to let go and let God take control. Wherever you are in your journey, Know that you are never alone. God is with you every step of the way. If you have a prayer request or something weighing on your heart, please feel free to share it in the comments below. We are a community of faith, lifting one another up in prayer and love. Your stories, your struggles, and your victories matter here. Be sure to subscribe and come back often, because together we will walk this path of faith, hope, and surrender. Let's keep trusting God's timing and His perfect plans for our lives. Until next time, may God's peace fill your heart, and may you experience the freedom of letting go and letting God lead you. God bless you abundantly, and we look forward to praying with you again soon.